Okay, now that I've completed my back, we're going to start on the front. I've already dropped my 1/2 inch guideline in the front. So what we do for our front guide, we start in the center. We're going to establish a front guide, and then we're going to connect our front to our back. What we cut in our back now becomes our guide for the side. So we're going to connect this to this, bringing it down at a 0 degree and cutting. Okay. Now, in order, because this is shorter than this, you see there's a way for it to travel. See how this is short and this is longer? We need to connect the two. So in order to do that, we have to angle our fingers. This is where an angle comes in. We angle our fingers down on this side to meet the back. So in order to make sure and ensure you have that angle, keep your elbow tucked into your side. That way it automatically will have your fingers angling down. So coming straight down and finding where my guide is and tucking my elbow in and angling down. Using the back as my guide, and I'm going to connect my front and my back right here by the ear. All right, now that I've done this side, I'm going to take and do this side. Now, for angle on your left hand side, your elbow will come into the air, and that directs your fingers down. If I were to just come in and hold it parallel to the floor, I'm going to cut into all this length, and that's not what we're wanting to achieve. So I'm going to angle my elbow up, pointing my elbow to the ceiling. Notice how it automatically makes my hand angle back, and my fingers are pointing down to the ground. Okay, so I find my front guide that I established, angling my elbow in the air, and cutting. Okay, angling my elbow in the air, and I'm going to cut. Connecting my back and my front at the ear. Now I've established my front guide, and since I'm already on this side, I'm going to go ahead and cut this side. It doesn't matter which side you cut first, just work in a uniform manner. But since I'm already on this side, I'm going to cut this side first. Now I'm going to bring down my 1/2 inch parting following the guideline. So you start here, and your parting will come down and around. That's your first section. And it almost will establish a triangle as you move back. So bringing it down to a 0 degree, finding your guide, and cutting. Find your guide and cut. Keeping your fingers angled down, your elbow should be in the air. That way you won't cut into your length. Bring down your next section, following your guideline, which follows the hairline. Coming straight down, elbow goes in the air, by seeing your guide through it, and cut. Elbow in the air, fingers angle down, connect to the back. Now bring down my last section. Elbow in the air. There's not much to trim off. So this side, making sure my front and back are connected. This side is complete. Now I'm going to move to this side. For this side, remember, my elbow will be tucked in. I still follow the hairline. Taking my hairline partings, first section, I bring down at a 0 degree, tucking my elbow in and cutting. Come down to 0 degree, tucking my elbow in and cut. Okay. It's very important that you learn to angle so you do not cut into the length of your hair. Because if you cut into that length, you will make your top sides too short. And if that's not what your client wanted, you're going to have a very unhappy client. Come down 0 degree, keeping my elbow tucked. With tucking my elbows, my fingers point up, and there's my angle. Blend to the back. My last section comes down. And there's not much cleanup. Now, since we cut basically horizontally, we're going to check vertically again. Bringing my hair down to a 0 degree and making sure that there's nothing that I didn't travel past my guide when I was cutting. Same thing on this side. Taking my partings vertically and checking. Down, and it blends. Okay, then you want to do a visual check, looking at it through your mirror, using your mirror as your tool, making sure it's even. Visually check the back, making sure that's even. Checking with your client to make sure that they're happy. Once you completed the haircut, you're going to sweep your hair, sanitize your implements, and go on with your next procedure, whether it be a style or a chemical service. Keep in mind, we always sanitize our hands before and after each client, and we sanitize our implements and stations as well. So remember your safety and sanitation rules and refer back to your chapter 14 for those. That completes our 0 degree.